So I don't know why people are talking about all these steps. And my main reason in trying to get connected to people is to find out who do we owe all this money to? Who's the owner of this money? Because I really would like to meet him. It would be very nice to meet the person that is controlling the world. And talking about debts, because we decided in Iceland not to pay the Iceland debt, which is debt from a private bank in the UK and the Netherlands. But before we decided to do that, they told us, you know, if we wouldn't do it, if we would say no to that contract, that the sun would come up again in Iceland and we would become Cuba of the North, and they talked about all kinds of things that would happen to us. You know, we would be turned into frogs and I don't know whatever else they were saying. But we said no, and the day after we said no, the sun came up, and I went to the park, I had a drink, and I had a meal, and a lot of other things I don't want to talk about here. But nothing happened. And I called my friends in England and Netherlands, and they answered me and they spoke to me and said, hello, how are you, and everything like that, so nothing happened there either. So, if you don't know who and why these steps are, say no to them. Just say no. If you don't know why they were taken or who got them, say no. It's very easy. Just say no. But I'm more interested in talking a little bit about what we can do as a group or as a movement or something like that. Because I really think we could, if we get together and would find some ways to simplify our demands, to find out what we want, what kind of a society we want to live in, and we can find some few ideas that we can all agree on. We can go as a joint force all over Europe. And that's definitely something that we need to do. And by that I mean that because if I control a group of 1,000 people in Iceland, and I can have a huge impact on what's happening in Spain, I can promise you that, because I can get all the media attention and everything like that in Iceland to talk about things that are happening in Spain. If I have these people behind me, and I have these people behind me. And I'm going to tell you one thing, because people in Spain talk about media and everything that they don't, but the media in Iceland talk about what's happening in Spain. They showed us a lot of things what was happening in Spain. They tell us what's happening in Portugal, but you don't get any news, of course, from Iceland, because we're in the middle of nowhere and nobody wants to know us because we didn't pay the Iceland. But anyway, we can affect each other countries, because from what I have learned during my travels through the world is that every government and every country is very concerned about what other countries think about them. They're like, you know, they're very concerned about that. And if we start talking badly about Spain in Iceland in newspapers or blogs or on television, they will become very concerned about that. And so that's maybe what I think we should do, is to find ways to go ahead. We have to take this to a next step, because we have done the squares, we've done the protests, we've done all these fightings. Now we have to take this to the next level. We have to find ways to make this into something that will work for us. And how to do that? I think the easiest way is to simplify things, get them to the public. And all of you have been told that because this crisis that we call, or depression, whatever you want to call it, is a man-made thing. And we have been told that we are to blame, because we took part in all the system. You know, we did go out and buy things, and we were very happy when everybody was very rich. That's rubbish. We have nothing to do with this. There are very few people in the world having a lot of money on your cost, and have a very good life at your expenses. We have nothing to do with that. Don't let anybody tell you that you have something to do with that. Because they have been trying to tell us for the whole life, hey, you were there, you didn't say anything. Why didn't we say anything? Because the media and everybody was fed up with this. This was okay, everything was so fine. And it's like that in Iceland. But, and also, we are in a world of regulation and rules. If you need something, you have to go through a lot of regulations and rules. But banks and financial institutions, they have been deregulating them for the last 30 years. And they don't have any rules. They can do whatever they want to do. They are above the law. Ridiculous. And the laws are not for the people. It's the other way around today. People are for the laws. We have to turn that around. Parliamentary is not for the people. The people are for the parliamentary. We have to turn that around. We have to make things simplified. Like they're always trying to get things complicated. As I say, the only difference between right and wrong is that right is right and wrong is wrong. There is not a big more difference between that. But they tell you, oh no, it's not like that. You gotta put that into a formula. And then you put up a formula. But don't forget one thing. We can change all these formulas. We can change all the formulas that we are working in the financial industry. We can change the formulas that countries are run by. We can change everything that we do. But we have to realize that to do that, we have to be very connected. We have to use what they call, we have to make some kind of a movement that can pick this up. Because because she was talking about Ecuador and all these countries, I want to point out to you people, read a little bit about Bolivia. There's a lot of problems there, there's a lot of poverty and everything, but it's about 5,000 times better than it was before the year 2006. Since 2006, they have done a tremendous job there in healthcare, education, work, all kinds of different things. Do you know why? Because they went opposite, totally opposite what the IMF asked them to do. They went in a totally different direction. Instead of privatizing things, they nationalized things. They took half of all companies in the country and made them to the nation. And they are building more roads, they are building hospitals, they are building bridges, they are doing things there. But I'm not saying it's a paradise, it's a lot of problems there, but it's 1,000 times better. So, once again, we have to find these few things that we can agree on, we have to find things to work together on, and we have to do this all with a smile on our face, because we are doing the right thing. And just to end that, it was a very nice phrase that one of my friends said, because we were talking about police brutality and violence and everything. He said, we don't have to use violence because we are doing the right thing. Remember that. Thank you very much.